Who would have thought that Microsoft would be the one to build an AI tool to help improve your reading skills? But here we are, Microsoft Reading Coach, and we're going to test it out and see how good it is. Now, I guess I should answer the question first. Why is it important to improve my reading? Well, reading is, I believe, the foundation of your ability to communicate. So, if you're an articulate person who can communicate their thoughts well, who sounds well educated, who can express ideas, then probably you're pretty good at reading. There's usually a correlation, let's just say, between reading ability and communication ability in general. So if you want to be a better communicator, you also need to be a good reader. It's a great way to explore language. It's a great way to learn new structures and patterns and words and phrases and think about language in different ways and explore language. Okay, enough of that mumbo jumbo. Let's see what we can do with this. So I started a story already, and I want to sort of go from scratch. So just pretend that you don't see this here. This is when I was testing it earlier. So I can create a story using AI. I can read a passage from our library. I guess that's Microsoft's library. And I can add my own passage. So let's start with creating a story using AI. And I like that it gives me a goal that's fairly achievable. I feel like reading for 20 minutes, that's doable, right? It's very achievable. So let's create a story. Animals, let's see. Fantasy fiction, astronaut, robot. Let's go with a dinosaur. Every time you read 20 minutes, you'll unlock a new character. Oh! This is an unlock. I can't use dinosaur. Oh, that's why it's gray. Idiot. I need to read how things work more. Okay, so I can't unlock that because I have to read more. I can only do owl, frog, lion, bear, dog, and then I have a few here. So let's go with owl. I like owls. There was an owl. I had never, so you know owls make the woo-woo, right? But I heard a new owl sound. We were listening to this sound. What is that bird sound? My whole family, we were outside at night and we heard this crazy bird sound. What is that sound? I'll play it for you. This is it. And that's not my recording. That's from the app. So we were all trying to figure out, what the heck is that? I've never heard that before. And so I downloaded an app where you can record bird sounds and it will tell you what it is. And it is an eastern screech owl. An eastern screech owl, I guess, just doing its thing. Doing a... That was all right. Now I choose a location. Back to reading. Back to the books. Let's go... These are not unlocked yet. Let's go with mountain. Owl, mountain. Now this is interesting. This might be one of the most important features here because often when you're reading stuff, you don't know if it's at your level. If it's too high, it can be overwhelming. If it's too low, then it's so easy that you get bored and you're not learning anything new. So you have to find that line. So playing around with the different levels will be very important because you have to find where you're challenged, where you're learning, but not overwhelmed so that you can actually grow and expand your knowledge, your level of fluency overall with the language, right? From whatever you're reading. So I'm going to go, let's see what 7 feels like. Okay? Create my story. This is another cool thing. It brings up the microphone. So you give access to your microphone, and you're not just reading, you're actually practicing speaking. And I find this to be a pretty friendly way of reading. It's very minimal, so I kind of like that. I think I can change the size. And what psychopath would use Comic Sans? Who in the world? Oh, I like the dark mode. Ooh. This makes me comfortable. The off-white. White is a little violent. I feel like white as a page color should be illegal. And Comic Sans should be crime punishable by death. No trial. All right. So, and I didn't know this. I didn't check this out before. You can click on every single word. That's really cool. I didn't know. I was just testing this out a little bit, and I was testing out this part, and I didn't know that you could click on every single word, and you can listen to it. Hello, play it. Okay, I found the issue. It was a Chrome issue. Chrome wasn't playing it for some reason.
There
you go.
Mountain.
Nice.
Nothing. Scene.
You get a picture that gives you a feeling for the word.
Jagged.
That's a good picture. Clouds.
Clouds.
Clouds. So that's cool. By itself, just being able to read a story that is customizable, that I can create fresh every time, unlimited content, essentially, choosing different character combinations. One thing they'll have to do is, I don't know, maybe there is this option, but have a prompt that allows me to create a story instead of just choosing an animal, but I'm not going to complain too much about that right now. As Hoot soared over a particularly steep ridge, he suddenly heard a frantic chirping coming from below. Curious, he glided down to investigate. There on the side of the mountain was a small bird, frantically flapping its wings, trying to free itself from a tangle of vines. So frantically probably wouldn't be in level, let's say, 6, maybe level 5, right? And if I went to higher levels, then there might be even more advanced sentence structures, right? Syntax, phrases, things like that. Hoot immediately recognized the bird's distress and swooped down to help. With his sharp talons, he began carefully working away at the vines, untangling them one by one. Nice. Good story. Thank you very much, said the bird, relieved. I thought I was done for. Okay, now let's see. We have this microphone, and we're reading aloud. 3, 2, 1. Hoot introduced himself and asked the bird if he knew anything about the mountain. The bird explained that it made its home on the mountainside, where it had a spectacular view of the surrounding landscape. However, lately it had noticed that something strange was happening. The air had become thick and gray, and many of the small creatures that lived on the mountain were disappearing. Okay, pronunciation accuracy 23. That's pretty low. but to be fair, it was pretty low. I mean, I was not most of what I read there wasn't said clearly, and so what I wonder is how good the phoneme recognition is, how good it is at recognizing words. Words to practice, its view, explained, mountain asked, and probably a lot more. Wow, pretty bad. So you're reading words out loud and you have a kind of coach, and this is my coach, this planet, looks fairly concerned with the situation here, shaking its head, little planet head going, what a doofus. Well, we don't want to criticize not being able to read clearly, but you know, you need to know where you are, and then you have a starting point, right? So let's try practice words here.
Keep up the momentum. Select any word to start practicing.
Keep up the momentum. Select any word to start practicing. All right, here we go.
When you're ready, press the microphone and read the word out loud. Sound out the word in your head. Try again.
Get a good score there. Try again. I can hear it.
Asked.
Okay.
Asked.
Okay. Asked.
Nice reading.
Nice. All right, let's try the next one. Explained. Okay, that was not right. But it said it's perfect. I don't know about that. That's accuracy not so good, maybe. Will. Oh. Wow, perfect. Definitely not perfect again. So here's the thing. I gotta say, that's not super accurate.
Keep up the momentum. Select any
Okay,
word
I'm
to
done.
start practice.
I'm done. Let's go to home. Okay, and we can see I have 18 minutes to go. Now, before we check out the other thing, I will say I don't have a lot of confidence in the accuracy of the speech recognition. There should have been way more words that were problem words, and when I was saying them incorrectly, it should have clearly heard that I was saying them incorrectly. And the button clicky thing, the microphone thing, that's the UI, that's a weird UI. It's not obvious when it's, I mean, it kind of is. There's a little circle, but they could definitely do that better. So if they can dial in the technology, the speech recognition technology, even if it's just as good as Google's pronunciation practice tool that they turned off so that now you can't actually practice your pronunciation, which is crazy, but apparently they did. If they can get it to that level, that would make this way more powerful. However, that doesn't mean I don't think it should be used. I think as a story generator and a way to kind of read out loud, force yourself to read out loud, right? And maybe identify a few problem words. I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it. I just wish it was more powerful. Okay, got it. Okay, they have some samples here. The new kid. Let's see what the new kid is all about. Dylan was the new kid in class. He had moved to the city from a small town. Dylan sat with Kamal and James at lunch. This school is different. It is big, Dylan said. There are so many kids here. My old school was small. It only had 50 kids. There are 500 kids here. That is different, Camille said. Is it Kamal or Camille? I had friends there, said Dylan. Now you have friends here, said James. That part is the same. Okay, so the score may be pretty accurate because the first time it was very low. This time it's pretty high. Not to brag or anything, but it's just that the practice tool needs some improvement. So overall, number one, as an idea, cool. I wish there were more things like this because it's more immersive than just using ChatGPT or other AI tools, general AI tools like that to practice. So cool concept. In terms of execution, cool in some ways. Generating stories, good. Making it very simple, click an animal, click a place, good. Choosing your level, very good. However, and the reading experience, good. I think from what I can tell, the accuracy of the overall score, good. But two problem areas. Number one, the practice tool, the pronunciation practice tool that's supposed to tell you how good a word is, not accurate, not trustworthy. The other thing is, maybe this is not a problem, but just something that I wish was here. A more general tool, this seems to be kind of more kid-oriented, but a more general reading tool where I can generate stuff in a much more dynamic way. So either the screens have way more options, click on 3 different characters and 2 locations that they move to and a theme, like betrayal and things like that. That would be amazing, right? Or just an open prompt box. I want a story about this, and this. I can type what I want, and then it generates the story, and then I read it using that interface where I read out loud, and then I get a score. That part I like. That part is cool. I just wish they would make the pronunciation practice tool a little smarter. That would be good. You know, I think good effort, and I, again, wish there were more things like this. So try this out. Again, it's free, Microsoft, or don't try it out. I don't care. You don't have to help Microsoft. I don't even know why they made this. I have no idea. But it's interesting. I kind of like it. So let me know what you think in the comments if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And also check out the 90-day program. Or you can get a free 90-day study program. You just take a simple, short quiz, a free 90-day study program. That is at the top of the homepage. The link is in the description. There's also a webinar, a 2-hour Foundations of English Fluency webinar that you can check out that plays periodically on the website. It's 2 hours. It's pretty intense. You can only access it there. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, check out that stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.